regardless of that, I still don't think this game is gonna go well.
I'm a bird, mother. I'm a bird.
Book Assassin's Creed Shadows in massive trouble. Pre-order numbers show no one wants the DEI Yasuke.
Yep.
By Hypnotic.
So you guys already know that Star Wars Outlaws from Ubisoft is currently getting massively roasted in its early access. A bunch of people are finding issues with the game, bugs, graphical glitches, all kinds of game-breaking issues. You had Ubisoft essentially tell people that they're forced to restart their game after 10 to 15 to 20 hours of gameplay because otherwise they would not be able to progress. It's an absolute fucking mess with Star Wars Outlaws, but that's to be expected with Ubisoft. Now, apparently, we have a rumor coming out about Assassin's Creed Shadows where the pre-orders are less than 800 units
my God.
from a national chain with over 900 stores.
So 800 units from a store that has 900 locations. So less units than stores.
That's wild.
National wise.
That's really bad. But they brought it upon themselves, to be honest. Like, this is what they reap.
Showcasing extremely low interest in this video game.
I don't care.
No!
No.
No! You low-key want this intro though.
Now, again, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to make it very clear. I
No.
have never once said in my entire coverage of Assassin's Creed Shadows that I think this game is going to be a failure. I just don't think that's going to be the case. I think that the Assassin's Creed name is way too big to be a complete and utter bomb, like something like Concord, for example, which is a brand new IP, right? You're going to have people who are just mega fans, mega shills for Assassin's Creed, and they're going to buy it no matter what it is. You could put a fucking donkey on the cover, and they'll still buy it just to make sure they have the newest Assassin's Creed. It's kind of like Call of Duty in that regard.
Well, I don't know. There's a lot of people who are huge Assassin's Creed fans on Twitter, and they said they will absolutely not touch this garbage. This is the first Assassin's Creed they will completely sit out. And like 800 pre-order, that's not a lot.
But I would be very curious to see if this particular Assassin's Creed Shadows is able to match or surpass the numbers of Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which was one of the #1 selling Assassin's Creed ever, if not the #1. I think it
Even
is
I have that
number
one.
one. But again, don't quote me on that. I'm not too sure, but I believe it's almost at the top, if not the top. So that's my biggest question. Is this particular Assassin's Creed going to get anywhere close to that particular Assassin's Creed? Time will tell. So let's get into this article, guys. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it, and like the video to push us out into that YouTube algorithm. So it says a rumor claims that physical pre-orders for Ubisoft's upcoming Assassin's Creed Shadows game are less than 800 from a national retail chain that has over 900 stores.
That's sad.
This rumor comes from Craig over at Side Scrollers Podcast, who owns and hosts that podcast. He wrote on X, "My insider told me that as of this morning, at their nationwide big box chain, Assassin's Creed Shadows has less than 800 pre-orders combined for Xbox and PS5 company-wide." He added they have over 900 stores. That is less than one pre-order per store. Yikes. Now, again, that is pretty damn telling, but you also got to keep in mind that a lot.
So I just want to put this in perspective. Even though I'm doing the Dustbin playthrough on this channel, I will not touch Star Wars or Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, we're not touching that at all.
Like with Dustbin, at least it's funny enough that you can laugh about it. With Star Wars and Assassin's Creed, it's just bad. You don't even get the cringe to laugh about. It's just bad.
A lot of the sales that happen in gaming right now are unfortunately digital. Gamers are just so unbelievably lazy half of the time that they don't want to get the physical copy. And also to keep in mind, it's not even just about laziness. It's about the fact that a lot of gaming is just going that direction, right? PC gaming has gone digital for a long time now. So a lot of sales happen on PC, and this is going to be no different. So pre-orders for physical sales doesn't necessarily scare me or make me think of anything in one particular direction or not, because like I said, you can have low physical pre-orders and still have a banger of a launch if most people
Yeah.
bought the game digitally, but it just depends. But it is kind of telling, considering
Look, my prediction for Star Wars, once it's, I think it's still in early access, not, yeah, early access for people who pre-ordered it. I think that both of these games, they will not be able to regenerate the expenses back.
that other video games don't necessarily have that particular problem. And also, one of the number one shill like arguments that they came out with when it came to Assassin's Creed was that this game was a number one pre-order in Japan on Amazon, and that lasted all of like 2 days, and then all of a sudden it just stopped happening that way. So again, it's like number fucking 50 now or something like that on Amazon. The number has clearly dropped, and that was after Amazon got their paycheck for the 2 days that Ubisoft wanted to put them at number one. It's just a massive joke. And ever since that happened, by the way, the shills have never once mentioned it ever again. They never brought up pre-orders ever again. This post was a follow-up to a previous one where he claimed that Ubisoft Star Wars Outlaws only received a total of 41 pre-orders from a retail chain located in a highly populated region of the United States, where the chain has 27 stores. He wrote, I have an insider who works for a high-traffic game store in one of the most populated places in the U.S. They have 27 stores in that area, and there have been a total of 41 pre-orders for Star Wars Outlaws. 41. There is no hype for this game. Now, that might be true for Star Wars.
Look, with Star Wars, it's simple. There has been too much rechewing and retelling of Star Wars over the past 10 years that people are just sick of it.
Yeah.
So what's gonna happen when people have content fatigue and on top of that, the game?
Outlaws, and again, out of the two, I've always said I think Star Wars Outlaws is going to do much worse compared to Assassin's Creed Shadows. I think Assassin's Creed, in terms of a video game IP, is a little bit stronger than Star Wars Outlaws, believe it or not, because unfortunately Disney has completely and utterly fucked the Star Wars brand, and that kind of trickles down into the games too. On the PlayStation Store, the base game for Star Wars Outlaws is currently listed in the 6th position for pre-orders when sorted by best-selling titles. It sits behind Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Vault Edition, Call of Duty Black Ops 6 Cross-Gen Bundle, NBA 2K25 All-Star Edition, NBA 2K25 Hall of Fame Edition, and NBA 2K25 Standard Edition. Bro, how is it that we are in 2024 and the top 5 games that are being pre-ordered right now are all the same fucking games that get made every year,
Honestly?
bro? Fucking 2K25? Seriously? 2K is the top pre-ordered game with Call of Duty? I mean, how are we not past this yet by 2024? I mean, gamers really...
Like, I am not surprised about it at all. Like, for example, I am planning to play Football Manager. Of course, games are entertaining. It's for normies, and the majority are normies.
We got to get better variety here. The Assassin's Creed Shadows Ultimate Edition, which costs $129.99, sits in 22nd position on the list. The base game sits in the 31st position on the second. So that means more people bought the fucking Ultimate Edition. You guys are psychos. This is why Ubisoft continues to do the nonsense that they're doing, monetarily speaking. They do it because they know they can get away with it. You got idiots out here paying $130 for a singular game.
Look, I absolutely would not shame people for pre-purchasing a game who, like, those are the people who, they're not chronically online like we are.
Yeah.
They will probably not even know about any of the shit happening. So, I'm not gonna judge them for having a life and just pre-purchasing a game for a franchise that they absolutely love.
They just play the game. They go home from work and then play a little bit and go to sleep and work the next day.
And regardless of that, I still don't think this game is gonna go well.
That is insanity to me. I don't care what kind of nonsense they bundled with the game. The fact that they are doing that and you have people willingly paying for it is insane. But you know what? Hey, spend what you want to spend on your games, bro. Don't tell me what to do. You know, I wouldn't tell you what to do with your money, man. That's basically it. But I do think it's kind of fucking insane. Star Wars Outlaws is also 6th position for best-selling titles in the United States behind Black Myth Wukong, Fortnite, Call of Duty, EA Sports Madden, NFL 25, EA Sports College Football 25. So it seems like it took the spot of Concord, which again, I want to...
So my main problems with like the college basketball and college football games is that people who work on the game earn more than the actual college players they're basing it on. They usually
That
get zero cent off of it.
Remind people that there is a massive difference between numbers 1, 2, and 3, and then 4, 5, and 6, right? 4, 5, and 6 can't even come close to 1, 2, and 3. Black Myth
Jesus.
Wukong is far superior in every way compared to Star Wars Outlaws in terms of sales anyway. It is far superior. These numbers are drastic. Even though it doesn't look like that on paper, it doesn't look like that here in the top 10 games list. Trust me, it is. Wukong and Fortnite make insane amounts of money. Fortnite is known for making insane amounts of money. So if Wukong beat Fortnite, that tells you everything you need to know about how much money that game made. Star Wars Outlaws is currently listed as the 3rd best-selling game on.
I am glad that the company behind Wukong made bank on it. That means
yeah,
we'll get more good games from them.
100%. This is literally for them to launch their company to new heights and better games in the future.
On PlayStation Store behind Black Myth Wukong and EA Sports Madden NFL 25. Okay, so that is a little bit more telling now. That looks better in favor of Star Wars Outlaws because it beat Valorant, and Valorant makes some decent money. So that's actually pretty shocking. So this could actually showcase that Star Wars Outlaws is doing fairly decent. Nowhere near as good as Black Myth Wukong, that's obvious, but it's doing fairly decent for it to be in number 3, at least on PlayStation. I would be curious to know some PC sale numbers. All this comes in the wake of an investor expressing concern regarding sales for Star Wars.
Oh, one last thing. Have you guys seen the streamers they partnered up with? It's all specific type of category of female streamers on Twitch. I'm not gonna say the word, but if you've seen it, you've seen it. They spend beyond investing into the game itself. They probably spend double on the marketing.
Star Wars Outlaws, as well as Assassin's Creed Shadows during Ubisoft's most recent sales report. I honestly can't wait to see the sales report of when after the games go live and whatever the numbers may be. I can't wait to see what the actual discussion is around it, because I love seeing and witnessing how these CEOs gaslight their investors, right? Because as someone from the outside looking in, when it comes to investor calls, just listening to the complete and utter bullshit that the CEOs are saying to the investors, I just sit there like, how can anybody eat this up? And then I remember that, oh, a lot of these investors, unfortunately, are not very privy to what's happening in the industry that they're investing in.
Okay, but they do have internet, right? It's not like they're living in the boondocks somewhere. On Twitch, the Star Wars Outlaws stream doesn't get that small of a number. But when you open it, the main numbers are provided by specific pretty ladies,
which is exactly what companies like Ubisoft are hoping to bank on. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you did enjoy it. If you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.
thank you for the video.
Thank you for the video.